Hey everybody, welcome to Myopia Movies. This week, we are staying heartily in the realm of erotic thrillers as we talk about Wild Things, a movie which I had not seen before, and holy cow, there are more twists in this than, well, Tister. Remarkable film. 5 stars. Anyway, thanks for doing all you do to keep us on the charts, and thanks for listening and subscribing, and by the by, if you're interested in hearing a riff done just by us, just for you, consider buying us a movie to do from our Amazon page. We'll obviously do the movie on the show, and as a thank you, we will record a riff just for you. So, check it out, consider it. Thanks everyone.
Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, where the movies get hotter than a hoochie coochie. This week on Myopia Movies, we watched Wild Things. If you've been curious how Denise
You got a little slip up there.
Yeah, a little nipple slip. We watched Wild Things. Bill Murray in a Speedo is something I wish we had seen the whole time. I'm your host, Nick Hoffman, Riff Around Improv, and on panel we've got
Keiko, Riffer on Cineprov.
Atlanta author Matthew W. Quinn.
And Alex.
So as we talk about erotic thrillers this month, Matt, is this more erotic than Traces of Red?
Yeah, Traces of Red, most of the nudity was on dead people. And a woman looking away from the camera the entire time because she
But
has
there's
a
less
body double.
actual sex in this movie.
But this movie's also
Traces of Red.
this movie's better made and is more colorful than Traces of Red.
What?
Traces of Red is not well made, did not look good.
But it has red in the title, so how could there be less color?
You don't talk about Jim Belushi like that.
Hey kids, I'm gonna phone you. I'm the substitute.
Oh, what's that you found there?
Oh no, I'm dead. So this is an erotic thriller filled with erotic teens who are all aged 20 and 7.
Oh, they're old, yeah.
Denise Richard is like
they're up
almost, she's nigh on 30. Luckily,
someone-
Dillon is almost 40. So
Someone checked to see how old they actually were in this movie.
27. I looked it up.
27. She was, I mean, and Matt Dillon was like early 30s, like 33-ish,
And you
something
don't,
like that.
you
34.
can't make this movie today. Movies
No.
today do not put high schoolers in these situations anymore.
And if they do, there's not nudity like this.
Right.
Like it's a different movie. Because again, like
Unless it's Euphoria.
Yeah, I was just about to say
That's the
Euphoria.
only one. That's the only
Just
one.
about to say Euphoria.
Well, and I was going to say 2 things. First of all, I'm a high school teacher. A lot of this is very weird. But even when I was in my early 20s, because I started teaching when I was 22, and I taught seniors who were 18 and 19. And at one point, someone made a joke. I taught a student named Camilla, who was dating someone who was older than I was because he was a college person. But she was 19 and he was 23.
Yeah.
But I will also just go ahead and add, as a teacher, I've had students that were vaguely stalkerish. You don't have sex with them in the bayou. Like that's rule number 1.
Or do coke with them.
But like literally, apparently, at my old school, a former teacher told me. So I left the school. I went to someone else. They called me Indiana Jones because the female students would watch me walk down the street, like the hall and stuff. But again, the thing is, I didn't try to bone them. Like
Yeah, we had a math teacher that everybody was crazy over, and these girls like gave him a hard time, and like they would try to like make him blush. He would blush all the time in class, and this was remember I told you about my teacher who got sick in my 9th grade math class and was gone for half the class, and then finally at the end they brought in, he was like in college and he came and he taught. I guess he was like getting a TA.
He was like being certified.
Yeah. And so he did a pretty good job, and so they kept him on, and he became a teacher the following year. And people like I remember girls like saying things to him that would just make him turn bright red.
Yeah.
Like
How far are we talking? What did he say?
I don't remember. I mean, I was as you may not remember. I told you I was busy climbing on top of a cabinet and playing with blocks in this math class, so I wasn't really concerned with what was happening.
Well, but like the thing that this movie, of course, is trying to do is make it like an erotic thriller, and that's the point of it. But like Denise Richards looks like a woman who's older than 17, right? Because like again, I teach high school, and there are girls who look more like adults, and there are who don't. That's what puberty is. But no one looks like a woman who's in her mid-20s. and that's the thing too, because like again, like
do they now though? Like
No.
I feel like young people, like these kids,
younger.
they look. I feel like they look older. Like they.
There are some who look like adults, but you can still tell that they are. I mean, maybe it's just that I'm a 40-year-old man, but
Right.
and there are, and it's also. I mean, I'm at a school where they wear uniforms too, so that means that kids are trying to get around the uniforms by like hiking up skirts or showing whatever, and like, but I will also add here, one of the things we don't get in this movie is the girls being catty against each other, right? Because there was one time, and this is very much a silly story, but I was walking up the stairs behind a series of, a few teenagers who were probably juniors, so 16, 17-year-olds, and they were talking about this, oh my God, there's this one girl who doesn't wear a bra, and she should wear a bra, but she doesn't wear a bra, like that kind of catty shit, and then they made the turn on the stairs, they realized it was behind them, and they were super embarrassed, and I immediately told a female teacher just so there was evidence that I was not being creepy.
Yeah.
But like, it's that kind of shit, like, the high school stuff is about pressure, about confidence. It's
Yeah.
always about confidence. And that's what this movie does get right. It's about confidence because some girls develop before others, some don't, yada, yada, yada.
Some
And-
never do.
I'm sorry. But, you know, like when I was in high school and I was a junior, I was dating a sophomore who was more curvy. And there was that peer pressure about the fact that you were curvy because when you're in high school, you cannot win.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The women who have boobs are judged by the ones who have medium boobs, and
Yeah.
they also judge the ones who have no boobs, and that's what it is.
If you
And-
show them, you're slutty. If you don't show them,
You're
you're
a prude.
prude.
You're a yeah.
And so it's this thing because again we wear uniforms, so it's like, do you wear a tank top underneath the shirt so you can see in between and see the bra or not? Like they're supposed to wear jorts, but there was one girl who did not wear the jorts and just wore panties and she could see the panties, and like literally you hear it through everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like and I was in the band, so the girls would wear the leotard extra long because it's form fitting, because it's all a sexual game, and you know previous episode Mean Girls or whatever. But this is highlighted because again they're supposed to be teenagers, and Denise Richards and Neve Campbell are in their late 20s, and Matt Dillon is almost 40, and Kevin Bacon is also almost 40. Like,
They go out of the way in this movie to say they're 18 in the trial scene.
but they're actually 9 years older, and it's very clear.
We're just
And you
18.
would not see some of the questioning that, say, Bill Murray's character would be doing. I mean, like you kept in contact with your accused, so therefore there's nothing wrong here. Well, that's something that's like typically used to discredit these things by people who are total assholes and creeps and non-woman believers. They'd be like, well, oh, you just kept texting him afterwards. Oh, there's no problem here. Your accusation means nothing then.
The court scene here is only slightly less believable than the one in JFK. Like, it's absurd. And again, I only want to add one last time before we get to the movie that, like, it's only more absurd by the fact that she's in her 20s. Because, like, high schoolers who have, like, a figure like this are not comfortable with anything they're doing. But meanwhile, Denise Richards is like, oh my God, I hate you so much, I'm going to smash your Teacher of the Year trophy while wearing a mostly buttoned blouse. like walking down the hall in this Florida swamp trash, and, like, no one is dressed.
Yeah.
This movie is remarkable for the idea that they, like, Luke Perry is more believable as a high schooler than Denise Richards in this. It's delightful. So, Keiko,
What?
do you want to do the plot synopsis?
I can try.
Yeah, we could collaborate on it. How about we
yeah.
do a
Alex,
collab?
do it, Alex.
Okay. So we got
Back of the box. Don't
we got a teacher, and he likes
Bro.
boats. Yeah, he is
Matt
that,
Brolin.
he is that kind of person too. He's like a broski guy, and he likes boats, and he's dating a hot Barbara, and there is a student. Actually, I mean, it seems like a lot of students kind of flirt with him and make him uncomfortable or whatever, but there is one particular student that has it in for him. Or out for him.
She wants it in him.
She
No, he wants
wants
her.
it.
Let's get this right now.
He wants to. And so he is not afraid to be close to his students, as is portrayed by him being in the boat club and reluctantly giving students rides home. And he's trying to protect himself because he's like, the girl asks for a ride home, and he's like, hey, other kid, do you want to ride home too, to make sure they're not alone together. It's very obvious he's like creating that border there. And so she offers to go and wash his car the next day with her girlfriend in bikinis.
Who might actually be a teenager because this girl is shapeless and then disappears from the movie.
Yeah, I didn't look her up.
Yeah, I would be curious to know. But so, the next day comes, he had Barbara sleep over, which I guess it's just weird to me because this is like in the 90s, and I don't think of Barbaras as being like young hot ladies. Like they're all old ladies, and so it's just
Well,
weird.
to be
that-
fair,
Is Barbara
Matt
the
Dillon
mom?
has wrinkles for
No,
days.
Barbara is, well, it's Florida in the 90s. Nobody wears sunblock. So she's the girl that basically
Babs is his ex.
he tells when the girls arrive to wash his car, he's like, oh, you gotta wait for the other car to leave though, and he's doing it to tell the girls, I have a girlfriend, I have a lady interest, like don't mess with me. Like that's the message he's trying to send.
Well, and the two things. First of all, as a teacher who's a male teacher, the car wash should be at the school.
Yeah.
And if you want them to wash it, even seductively, which you shouldn't, you go to the school. They don't come to your house wearing all white, and you're just like, you wash the car.
Yeah.
I'll be back later when I can see your tits through the white.
Yeah,
And, like they're both wearing white bras too. It's very much like
Yeah, it's very
like-
intentionally like
like,
baiting.
it's very breathy too.
Yeah.
Like
It's all slow mo. It's a slow mo.
my favorite. Like, sorry, I'll let you continue.
And if you want a handoff, I'll take it from
I'm
you.
almost
You're
ready.
bold, though. You're
Well,
bold.
and he got the Jeep nice and dirty for them intentionally. He went out in the Everglades and drove around and fed an alligator and just got real messy.
Oh yeah, just tooling around a fan boat like
Yeah,
you do.
just like-
Zooming in that fan
Yeah.
boat.
Highway
And I thought, what
to
a
the-
strange hobby to have.
No,
He's a swamp dude.
trash,
He's a
yeah.
swamp dude.
Yeah, I
So-
think the social class is a big part of this movie.
Well, it is, and also Florida Man is in the background, like Slender Man just being like, you know what, you could tickle that gator.
I think he did. I think he went out there. I mean, it showed him like feeding it, like up on the boat. But anyway, so
I have never come up with a better metaphor for a hand job than tickling the gator.
tickling the gator. She's gonna tickle his gator. So then, the one girl, Denise Richards, is wanting to trick him into letting her come in the house, and she's like, "Well, we gotta get the coupon for the car wash. We have to." And then she tells her, he's like, "Well, no, I'll just go get it. I'll be right back." And he goes in and he's looking for it. And the other girl, she tells her to leave. She's like, "Leave. No, I got this. Like, leave me alone. And so the other girl leaves, and she giggles like, oh, you're getting into some trouble. And so she goes inside, and she is sopping wet. And my adult parent mind was like, you are dripping all over that floor. And she has the most intense, like,
Fuck me.
come hither eyes. And then
Wait, let me stop you there. You're missing the euphemism because her vagina is also wet. That's
dripping.
why it's dripping on the carpet. You see,
Yeah.
it's a euphemism for the.
I was a little blinded because I hate wet floor. Like it's one of my things that I'm just like,
That's a pretty cruddy house.
I just
No,
yeah.
he lives in a swamp house, and she's got the whole swamp in her vagina.
Ew.
It's okay,
So
she's in her 20s, guys.
The next thing we see
27-year-old.
is she's all disheveled, and she leaves the house, and she's like upset, like she's been crying, and she runs away.
Yeah, and like her halter top had a tie at the bottom, like she had knotted it,
Sure.
and it was untied. And meanwhile, the children who previously were playing horse and masturbating are like, oh my god, she's leaving.
Let's go shoot some hips, bro. Anyway, so there's a little background here though, because Kelly,
NBA Jam.
Yeah, they were heating up. They were on fire. In fact, I would say, NBA Jam joke. So Kelly, Denise Richards' mom, is a real Blue Bay hoity-toity moneyed widow.
about
We
time,
find,
yeah.
yeah, lady for sure, with all her dock boys and a little cabana
I
boys
really like how
and
she's
pool
like,
men.
so apparently the husband committed suicide, and
About
she
a year
doesn't have
ago.
any idea why. And
Yeah.
I'm like, it couldn't be that maybe you were just like running around with everybody.
Well,
like,
they don't get into that, but you can only assume she had her a cavalcade of cabana boys just before and after, and she.
you guys can't see this, but Matt is smiling so big.
Well, you like cavalcade of cabana boys? You like that visual?
Cavalcade.
How old do you think Matt Dillon is? Because it's fair to call her a cougar or not.
It's like,
She's in her.
He's born in
He's in the
64.
30s.
He's 64. So he's wait, no.
30.
Yeah, he's 98. So he's 33, 34.
And
she's
I
gotta
would
be like
guess.
She's
50.
20. Oh,
I would guess a
don't think so.
decade.
She's old enough to have a high school age daughter.
You know what? I looked it up. She was born in 1957. You can
So
Google this,
she-
listeners.
you did that.
Well, she's 7 years older, so she's
Oh,
like
that's
around
like-
40. She's like my. She's
That's
like
like
in her
less-
40 or early 40s.
Let's look perky.
The actress is anyway.
Because-
The character maybe.
Because I think he's been sleeping around with all the women in the country club,
Yes.
and she wants him, but she's not getting him.
The yacht club.
Well,
and-
she's had him though.
But
Oh.
we don't know that yet.
And I think so I mean, there's a lot. So apparently, everyone, regardless of how good looking he is, everyone views him as a hired help, and that's going to be important later.
Yes, it is. And to be, I guess, brusque here, he's trying to find the sugar mama. Like that's the point of all this. He's a good teacher. He wins the teacher. of
That's
the year.
interesting. You guys are revealing this to me because I didn't like.
I think we
get
do
it.
know. I think we do know that they were together though.
What did you not get?
I didn't get that dynamic of him feeling like less than and wanting to find. I mean, I thought he was trying to find a girlfriend. It didn't occur to me that he was trying to find an in to the.
He's a climber,
like
by
to the
climbing on top
lifestyle
of
that he
people.
wants. Yeah.
No, we get that with the boat. Where he's
I wonder if
with
that's-
that loser kid that we don't really get.
Jimmy.
I just wonder if that's me just being ADHD while watching it, or if it's a difference in like a woman's perspective versus a man's perspective. I don't know. Just interesting.
He's trying to fuck his way to the top. Is what he's trying to do.
Well, no, I mean he's a social.
What's good for the gander is good for the goose.
Which one's either?
Like, no, I said that wrong. No, I got that. No.
No, apparently he's a good lover. Apparently, according to all the moms.
Well, he's like
Yeah,
a playboy.
because when Sandra, you see her in her manse, and she's just getting done with the cabana boy, she gets the call that says, "Oh, your daughter wasn't at school today," and so she climbs off top of him, and she gets the call from Sam, Matt Dillon's character, and she makes a little aside comment to the cabana boys, like you're the only one who's been able to handle my boat.
And on
So-
Matt's note, I believe that's one of 2 sex scenes in this movie.
right? Yeah, there's only
3 if
two.
you count the pool, but that wasn't.
Yeah,
Well, first of all, we've got to emphasize what Keiko said over the text chain. There's 4 boobies, but only 1 pee floppy cock. And I mean, it's a nice juicy Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, that's big. That's a
We
big old.
saw
That's a big old.
It's
Matt,
solidified.
You can see
Matt.
some of that hog, that bacon hog.
Matt, do you want to share how you
Like in previous episode, Hollow Man, I referred to it as Kevin's bacon.
Kevin's bacon? And I got mad because I watched over an hour of the movie and I was like, I have yet to see Kevin's bacon. Is Matt lying to me?
No, he brings it home.
That's
He
the
brings that
only
bacon home to you.
reason. And Matt was like, oh, you will.
Matt clocks every penis we watch.
Yeah.
There's a journal.
He
He got a
loves it.
website,
He loves
right?
it. Yeah, he's got
Mr.
a
Not
website.
Mr. Skin, but
I'll leave that to you.
Mr.
Dog.
I'll leave that to you, Alex.
It's called pee-pee tropes.
No, it's according to cock.
Oh.
Sorry, I'll leave that to you two.
But,
Don't worry, we'll set up several websites for you. We're on it.
but we do see Mama Titty and Denise Richards' breasts as well. And by the way, good on both of them. But Kevin Bacon comes out of the clouds. Like, it's almost magical. It's like, as an executive producer, ta-da!
You mean like, ah.
Yeah, he's later in the movie. You see him in the shower. He just while the other guy's Sam is up to scheming.
Yeah.
This whole movie is a convoluted mess. We'll get to this later.
The
Yeah.
last 20 minutes could take an hour to explain.
Yeah. I was surprised because I had never seen this movie. I had only ever seen the pool scene. Just
just a whole lot of times with no context. You just watched it
past
tons
research
of times. Yeah.
opportunities.
Sure. Of course.
How does cunnilingus even work?
The pool scene where half the time he's actually trying to kill her.
Ask Jeeves at the time.
Jeeves said, Adam, let me explain how cunnilingus works. First, you take the moose toe and the clitoris is
I
shaped.
thought you just say the ABCs.
No, you tongue the ABCs, you see.
Right,
You
right.
scream the ABC. Just yell. You gotta cover your hand.
Yeah. So
I've never had a partner. Sorry, go ahead.
What?
So meanwhile,
Yeah, you should do that.
she comes back to her incredibly
Oh,
rich
delete that.
mother's house, and she's upset about something. Until finally she says that he raped her.
Oh yeah.
Cut to
Mr. Peanut.
yeah.
So and the mom immediately takes her to the police, which good for her because up until that point she was seeming like a deadbeat, absentee,
Yeah.
non-caring, cold-hearted.
She kind of
mom.
says a few things coming up here that.
But she did take her child to the police immediately and was
true.
like, "Tell the police."
Yeah.
Who? Go ahead, man.
So the mom says, my daughter's not get raped in Bay Ridge or something like that, which I guess because she thinks she owns the town.
And we're introduced to the two detectives,
Uh-huh.
which is Kevin Bacon and what's the other?
I forget her name. She apparently was an original cast member of Rent.
Who is she?
I
She
look up
sounds,
her
The actor-
name. She's
the character's
Panamanian.
Perez.
Yeah.
And
she
she's,
sounds like Jennifer Tilly.
She does.
and she's probably, by the time we get to the end of this movie, she's probably the only morally upstanding person in it.
Well, she solves it.
I don't think she is though.
But everyone else is murdering each other for money.
Well, yeah, they all suck for sure.
Well, this movie is all about the gray area kind of thing, and so she might be the most helpful.
Yeah, I actually was curious because we'll get into this. We're gonna have a hard time explaining this because this movie has so many plot twists where it's just revealed that something that you thought you knew was a different, lens than what you were shown. I wondered if the actors didn't know, like the culmination of the movie or the conclusion, and apparently they did.
Right.
But I read that while filming, they were confused.
Oh, sure.
And the director had to repeatedly correct, remind them, okay, this is your, this is your motivation because
Yeah.
it's just so.
Well,
complicated.
there are like mystery movies like this where you have the characters like do one where you know they're the villain, do one where you don't, do one where you think it's someone else.
Like in Traces of Red when they were like, Jim Belushi, you're the murderer, and he was like, I'm a murderer.
The idea that someone would compare, hey there, Jim Belushi. Oh my goodness, you mean you didn't have quarters for my hot dog? I'm gonna have to murder you. No.
Damn, I'm sad I missed this one.
Oh my gosh,
I missed Traces
you
of
would
Red.
have
I've gotta watch
loved it.
I've got to watch
Just
it.
watch it.
Traces of Red.
Gotta watch
Just
it.
watch it. It was good.
This is why Keiko is like my number two.
Your dog.
Your
dog.
Nick was like, okay, guys, call me crazy, but I really want to do Traces of Red for an erotic thriller. And I think, was it you, Matt, that you were like, I don't know, Jim Belushi? And Nick was like, let's just give it a chance. And we just settled on it, and it was so good.
Well, I got a little bit of Jim Belushi in Jingle All the Way. I got my fix of Jim Belushi.
No, you didn't
I
get
didn't get enough.
This is
You-
crazy, but Jim Belushi, so call me maybe. Because it's a thriller, but it's erotic, baby. And here's the thing. Jim Belushi, maybe. Like Traces of Red, dude, guy.
You gotta watch it. Just watch it.
And so,
Pour yourself a glass of red wine.
they begin investigate. They have Perez question Kelly while the men are elsewhere, which seems fine, sensible.
And the investigators are a little bit in disagreement of like the Perez is thinking that maybe she's lying, and then Kevin Bacon is like, no, we got to believe women. Like we got let's find out, And so that's what spurs the investigation.
Yeah, and the whole thing is based on the idea that did Matt Dillon rape her or not, which is a lot, but then Matt Dillon finds Bill Murray as the thing. And by the way, for those of you who like me love the Wes Anderson movies, this is before all of that. And Bill Murray is in the most of dumpsters you've ever seen him. He plays the scumbag, as Matt texted us, ambulance chaser of lawyers. And for the first two scenes, he's wearing nothing but a neck brace, which we prove means nothing. He gets the movie. And so much of this movie, and this is not a good movie. I had fun watching it, but it is not a good film. He's the only one possibly who gets what this movie is. I would love to see the script again, because I imagine it just says he is a sleazebag attorney from the interstate, like with a billboard, but he shows up with the fedora and the neck brace, and you're like, he's my favorite character immediately. And I'm about to see Denise Richards' tits or Kevin Bacon's cock shows up. Bill Murray's still the best character in this. Neve Campbell's goth understands what goth is, but only because she looked it up in a rhyming dictionary. I can't explain
Yeah,
it.
she's
That's the
giving
best I can do.
Daria.
So much so that when she shows up in the third act, I didn't recognize her.
And speaking of Neve Campbell, we meet her earlier because some of the popular girls are making fun of her because she's poor, but she's the second witness to make an accusation against Sam. So then Sam gets arrested and put in the cell with an old guy who's like, "How's the new chicken?"
Yeah, so she calls the police to come out and talk to her in this really weird scene where they come into her room and she's like reading a book, like she's busy, and they're like, "You called us." And so she takes him outside and she reveals that he raped her, and that afterwards he said something like,
The exact same thing.
Kelly,
said
the
Kelly.
same thing that Kelly said.
Yeah,
which is,
little-
yeah. I mean,
It's
anyone can say it. Who
just
wants
watch
to
the
say
movie
it?
and
Yeah,
find
let's
out
not
what he
say
said.
that.
It's a surprise.
It has to do with penises.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't come in her.
I didn't give her my special sauce.
Yeah, that's the
Two all beef patties,
good.
special sauce, lettuce, cheese,
How did you know?
pickles, onions, on a sesame seed.
How did you know?
And so
I just said.
eventually it is brought to trial.
Lady in red. Dancing.
Eventually it is brought to trial, and Bill Murray aggressively questions Neve Campbell until she basically admits that Kelly put her up to this. It was all a scam.
Yep.
And Kelly proceeds to have an epic mean girl freak out in the courtroom, like throw a glass at her or something.
With the lady judge and everything.
Yep.
Which
Judge
matters.
Judy.
It matters. This is very much about feminism.
Oh,
It's a feminist movie, right? Yeah.
Well, if I guess it means that women can be conniving and as nasty as men. Sure,
No,
equality.
this is a film noir, but like
Yeah.
the fact that the women are in charge is supposed to be part of the movie.
Well, we don't know
yeah.
it yet.
Right.
We don't know it yet.
Well, but that's why this is a brilliant script.
Oh,
It's the lady judge.
this-
Everyone's in charge.
did this movie win any awards?
Never. Yes, that's right. The women's league gave this the best.
I
like-
just thought this was a good movie. Like I just
I
thought,
enjoyed this too very much actually.
like
Can you
well,
imagine
no,
watching
no,
this?
that's not what I mean. I thought before I watched it that this was a good movie.
Oh, really? Because see, being like a middle school age when this movie came out, I knew that this was
we
trash
all-
and everyone talked about
we
it.
all
But I'd never
heard
seen
about
it.
it.
Yeah, I'd never seen it. I don't even think I'd seen the scenes.
No. The album cover, so to speak,
Yeah,
was the two of them
the pool.
Coming out of the pool.
swamp.
Yeah.
And by the way,
I knew that.
Neve Campbell looks hotter than Denise Richards in the cover. Maybe I just like the gothiness of it. But like Denise Richards is a beautiful woman. Not going to say she's not, but it's the bright eyes versus the eyeliner. And there's something saucy here. And again, the women in charge, the idea, how do I put this politely? I'm a 6'5" man. The idea that there's a dominant woman is very attractive. That's why I married the woman I did. But at the same time, it's just so funny to watch this where like, oh my God, we're high schoolers. And I teach at a Catholic school with Catholic school uniforms. And I remember when I was a senior in high school, Britney Spears did the, was it Oops,
Oh,
I Did
well,
It
oops.
Again?
Well, Baby One More Time
Baby
came
One More
out
Time is a
when
Catholic
we were in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I remember that one. That was like that hit like a bomb
But again,
for
Catholic school girl.
14-year-old, 13-year-old boy.
And it's just so funny. Like it's the fetish too. Like I'm not gonna wear ask my wife or whatever to wear a plaid skirt because it's like, oh, that's the job I do, right? And so the high schoolness of this, they very quickly evacuate because you can't be with the car wash thing, for example, Denise Richards is opposite a girl who looks much more like a high schooler. And you can't do that because so many like when they're talking about safe sex early on and sexual assault.
Oh yeah, sex crimes. Yeah, boy, this movie starts with Matt Dillon scrawling sex crime. First, he scrawls sex on the blackboard.
And
And he
goes,
leaves it like, yeah. Then he writes crimes next to it.
And
Boy, this
everyone goes,
movie really starts out
which is
on
weird,
the damn nose.
because
My
like
God.
in my high school, people would not have like cheered for the word sex. Like in Alabama, like you just wouldn't do
People
that.
in Alabama don't have sex.
This is Florida.
These
I
are-
mean,
these
Lower
are-
Alabama's close to Florida. It ain't
This
Florida.
is like lifestyles. It's like Traces of Red. Lifestyles of the rich and degenerate.
Lifestyle
I guess.
of the rich and famous.
Degenerate.
Good Charlotte.
Complaining.
Because there's only
That's right.
because we'll get into because Susie is poor. Everyone else are a bunch of spoiled rich brats or the people who work for their parents.
Right.
Susie lives on a gator
It's
attraction.
Like
Trailer
yeah,
park.
it's like
Yeah.
tourist trap. It's
Yeah.
like tourist trap like farm or whatever, like Gator Alley.
She apparently does drugs. She's just moody
she's
and
cool.
goth, and it's Neve Campbell, who of course was, played a witch.
Oh, I forgot to mention at one point during the lead up to the trial, the Cabana Boy beats the shit out of Sam after running his car into the river.
Yes.
Well, because he's jealous. Because
He was probably told to, I guess, by Sandra, I guess.
because
maybe.
the
the
mommy
squad.
said that he was the best guy that ever drove her boat or something.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah,
he got
yeah.
mad.
And someone throws a brick through his window. I mean,
Somebody also throws a paper airplane through his window that
With a pretty well drawn cartoon.
it
of
looks
him,
like a
holding the
drawing from
girl's
the Epstein
pigtails up,
birthday
yeah.
book.
Yeah, that's a Donald Trump sketch. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you think Trump drew that?
Well,
What
that
that's
goes not too far.
oh yeah. That's a hoax, right? He didn't draw it.
that high school counselor is a disgrace. I tell you, we should throw him in the river with the alligators.
Thank you, Donnie.
There definitely were some places like the club. I was like, is that Mar-a-Lago actually? Like these places look. I mean, one thing I thought, yeah. Barb after, I mean, I guess he loses Barbara, and Barbara's father is
Yeah.
like the big sort of like man of Blue Bay. Robert Wagner, first of all. Robert Wagner,
Robert Wagner's great.
is Barbara's father. I'd like to note real quickly. Barbara, who's supposed to be the adult girlfriend, is 1 year older than Denise Richards and 2 years older than Neve Campbell. So anyway, I looked this all up. I looked
It's
it all
weird
up.
because she looks way older. I guess that's how they
It's
address
makeup,
it.
It's
yeah.
like the 20s. I don't know. You can go either way. But anyway, so Robert Wagner is like he's the big man about town, and he's conspiring with Sandra because Sam has been, I guess, involved with the club, right? Like he's, I guess, screwed his way through the entire club like several times over. And Robert Wagner's like, you got to get out of here. I'll make you disappear. Like he made Natalie Wood disappear. Robert Wagner did. No, just allegations. Anyways,
Again, he's the help. So Robert Wagner could have gotten away with raping people for years because he's rich and powerful. This guy is poor and been trashed. Let's just say one word and destroy him.
Yeah, and the whole
A
thing
for
is,
social dynamics.
and we haven't really clarified here, but this is a yacht club, and he's a sailor, right? Like, and so it's also like he's kind of the best sailor. We're told, sort of, kind of, and he went to University of Miami. We're told later.
he was an athlete. They just say on an athletic scholarship. They don't say what sport.
And somehow he was heavily in debt. It's never said why, because that's important later.
Well, because he wants to buy boats. We're kind of alluded to, and I'm not disagreeing with Matt, but like the whole thing is about him buying a yacht, kind of like.
Yeah, he wants the easy life, and he's gonna have sex with as many beautiful women as it takes to get there.
Well, and if you're watching this, I just want to add the whole weirdness of it is the pacing, because you would expect the murder or disappearance or rape would be the thrust of the movie. Sorry for rape, for thrust.
Tisk.
But that happens like 45 minutes in, and then the rest of the movie becomes insane.
Yeah.
Because the idea is she's running so free with her shirt untied and bra vaguely unhooked. But that trial where she says that he raped her and he hires Bill Murray is done before the first hour is out.
Right.
And then the rest of the movie takes a deliberately Florida swamp turn.
Yeah, because I initially thought the whole plot was what was covered in the first half, because I get to that part because there's still plenty of movie left after it.
Sure.
All right, because of all the stuff she's been saying about Sam being a rapist, turns out he wasn't. He then threatens to sue, and they settle with him for $8 million, which comes from Denise Richards' trust fund. So Denise does a massive shrieking fit about it,
Including shattering his Teacher of the Year award, which is symbolic because she sucked his cock at one point.
We'll get into that. And
And this is like the major turning point, I would say, of the movie.
yeah,
This is
because
the first.
Yeah.
What?
that, he's used it as evidence why he can't just go back to his job because everyone hates him. And then he sees him in a hotel, I guess because his house has been vandalized again.
Yeah, he lost his house in the.
Oh, yeah,
trial,
because-
Lawsuit. Yeah.
And so he's in a hotel, and there's Denise Richards, we think has a gun. And then she pulls away the napkin cover the gun is actually a bottle of champagne. And then Neve Campbell shows up, and it was all an elaborate setup. They would falsely accuse him of rape, and then
Settle to steal the mom's money.
yeah. So I mean, this movie has the whole plot, which I thought this was the whole movie, that the girls were in league with him to scam the mom. It has too many failure points. What if they just blow the girls off, or what if he actually ends up jailed?
Yeah,
Then how does it work?
This is the most obscene film noir we've ever done, and it's delightful.
And
Because at this point, we end up with our first sex scene.
Well, second, the pool boy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Sandra and the dock boy. Yeah.
Was that
that was
That's
before.
before, yeah.
Yeah, we see her. We see two sets of boobers.
Yep.
Quality boobers.
We don't see enough Matt Dillon. Matt Dillon. We don't see enough Matt Dillon.
Well, he can't get erect anymore. That's fine.
So
He
this,
has wrinkles for days though.
yeah. So to celebrate their getting the $8 million, they have a three-way.
What?
Who's the hottest guy in this? We gotta talk about boobs for a second, so we'll give you a second to talk about attractive.
Oh, I
Kevin
mean,
Bacon or Matt Dillon?
Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon, he looks
Yeah.
good, right?
Oh.
He does. He doesn't exist outside 1995.
Well, Alex thinks so too.
Okay.
He looks good.
Looking good.
I mean, even at the end when we see his like Kevin Bacon's cock across from him, Matt Dillon is like twice his bulkiness. Like he's
Yeah.
a beefcake.
He's looking good. He did. So didn't this hurt his career? Did this hurt his career?
Who?
Matt Dillon, because he didn't do much. I don't. Did he do much after that? Like he went through a really
Like,
rough period, didn't he?
Let's be clear. Matt Dillon is not there for acting.
He's not. Yeah, right.
He's
not the
there
best.
for looking like a beefcake.
He's not the best.
I mean, and again, I love me some Luke Perry, but it's the same situation. The man had forehead wrinkles for days. You're like, I'm 23. You're like, no, you're 40.
He did. He was good in Something About Mary came out the year before,
He was
and
great
then
in that. Yeah.
and then his brother Kevin basically took over because Entourage came out like 5-6 years after this movie.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I watched every episode of Entourage.
No
I
kidding.
just did. I didn't never watch the movie. I don't know why. It's just like rich porn. It's just like rich people porn. I don't know. That's what it is.
That's why
That's what it is.
Keiko
Like, wow, look at this
Kardashians.
incredible pool party. Wow, they just jet setting to Cancun, and that's all it is.
Meanwhile, Kevin Bacon still believes. I think he's figured. Well, as far as we know, he has figured out that it's a scam, but he can't
Oh,
prove
and
it.
so he starts following the girls.
Which leads to a really funny line when his boss figures out what he's been doing. But and I think that this is when their little crew starts to fray,
Good.
because now they're all getting paranoid. One of them is going to snitch.
Yeah. What is the line from Mark Twain? 3 people can keep a lie if 2 of them are dead, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what's unfolding, right?
Yeah.
You have the situation where the girls are starting to fight each other.
Well, and then there's the weird scene where Kevin Bacon thinks he can pressure the goth girl, and he goes to her house and basically like, scares her, and he's like, "We're gonna figure out your plan or whatever." And he says, "You don't want what happened to Davy to happen to
Foreshadowing.
you." And we're like, "Who the crap is Davy?" At this point, you're so confused. You're like, "Who's Davy? What's going on?"
He tries to put the screws to both of them. He also goes after Denise Richards at the pool.
You know that
Yeah.
that Susie Neve Campbell hates Ray Duquette, Kevin Bacon, at the assembly because he gets on stage and she
Oh,
storms.
did
She's
you
like,
see that?
"You asshole!"
Foreshadowing.
I missed
she
that,
storms
yeah.
right out of the auditorium as soon as Kevin Bacon steps up on. I think the name is Ray Duquette, and it's a good detective name.
Well,
Anyway.
and also, Matt pointed out when he shows up to bother Denise Richards, and my wife has curves. The idea that she has a one piece that you can see her nipples clearly
like
through.
fully clearly.
is
not,
very-
not a bathing suit.
It's
I
not.
don't know what it is.
Maybe it's like a just for looks, like it's not really for swimming.
But here's the thing. I watched this on Netflix, as I'm sure all of you did. It's not the big screen. I can't imagine that it was less subtle. Like, it's not a situation where this was VHS and you wouldn't have noticed anything. No.
No.
Her nips were, like, clear as day. And that's why Keiko texted me, like, man, she's hot. No. No.
Actually, I prefer the goth girl.
Same.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny that, like...
Am I the only one who liked Denise Richards better?
Well, she had bigger tits, so I get it. But at the same time...
I must not go for the goth thing.
What's up?
I must not go for the goth thing then.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like pure looks. I don't know.
I mean, I like a curvy woman as well, as based on the woman I married. But also, I find Denise Richards' sexy acting much more like, why don't you want to fuck me?
She's
Like,
thirsty.
yeah, and the goth girl seems more in control of herself, which is,
So you think she's too desperate?
that's the point of her character the whole time. I would say, like, she wants to be in charge of the plot, but she's never the one in charge the whole time.
Yeah.
Did
So
I miss something?
yeah. So Ray has tried to put the screws to Susie and Kelly. And I think he tries with Sam, but Sam is not having this and chews him out. And meanwhile, this is the pool scene referenced earlier, Susie and Kelly are talking about this, Ray pressuring them, and they get into a fight that turns into making out. Meanwhile, there's Ray at the property line with a camera.
The face that he makes when the tops come off is incredible. You should make that the card for the podcast episode.
Dude.
It's like,
I guess no one has ever seen this movie, because otherwise that would be the greatest meme of all time.
good God, yes.
Because, and also, with the ending, which we are a mile away from, but like,
We got some turns and swerves and curves, ladies and gentlemen.
it makes no
Ew.
sense,
Batman.
because everyone involved should know what's happening, but they don't. And I like the idea of like going to my boss, and I've outed someone for being a pervert around children before and got them fired.
Oh.
But the idea is, no, I don't need evidence. I need softcore pornography to get them fired.
Because that's what the boss flat out says. He shows the videos like,
Yeah.
you're on their private property making a porno
He's
film,
just showing it in the office.
And he's like, sure, my pants are off, but look at this.
and he tells him to stop
He's
wasting
like,
everyone's
no,
time.
all of that
messing
is relevant. Those are relevant activities.
Watch
All
to
of
the
this is
end.
relevant.
Watch to the very end.
Like, it is remarkable. This movie is so much, and we've already seen Denise Richards' nipples at this point.
Denise Nipplerds and Nip Campbell.
We do not see Neve Campbell's nipples.
Oh, do we not? Oh,
Yeah, we just see her from the back at one point. She does not have any nudity.
First of all,
Okay, maybe it can drag me in a
ladies
contract.
back generally do not have nipples. But also, Neve Campbell, you could tell, was higher in the credits because she doesn't have to show them tasty nips. Neve Campbell was all over the place, including wearing an invisible swimsuit at one point, which is very funny.
Yeah.
And it's funny to me, not because you see them, but because if you were directing this scene and you wanted to say, all right, so Denise Richards has to be unnecessarily sexy in this scene, you would have her in a bikini with too much cleavage. But instead, she's at a swim practice with her classmates.
Speedo.
And you can see through her onesie, which is not necessarily sexy, because in one piece you're like, oh, this would be more modest.
Yeah.
But it's as though they adjusted the contrast like a bad
Yeah,
Photoshop.
they're like-
so you can see her nipples.
They're like little beacons.
And it's so funny because, again, I will judge nary a nipple. But
Lest ye be judged.
lest my nips be judged. I mean, I get
Lest yours be judged.
as Christ himself said. But
I
like,
feel like I should.
cross your
Alright,
nips.
yeah.
You gotta-
We're doing.
But it's just so funny because, again, it's as though someone put goth makeup just on her nipples
Yeah,
because
yeah, I think
they
they're-
are so clearly visible.
They're dark. They're
You
like
can see texture.
accentuated.
Like, it makes so little sense because, again, we've all been to a pool, and a mildly erect penis you can see from a mile through.
Have you seen that?
Of course, I didn't just want to talk about a woman's nips forever, so I'm going to talk
Yeah,
about
we're
big
talking about
swollen
erections now.
testes. But
You
like,
can see erections at the pool.
whenever something is being snug at a pool, you can see an ass, a nipple, or a titty, or a ball. That's what it is. And so the idea that they're like,
I think it pretty much covers everything.
you know what? The problem
Anuses.
is her nipples are not prominent enough because they're not hard. So what if you highlighted the areolas themselves
Yeah,
darker?
yeah.
It is remarkable.
Yeah.
And by the way, I bought 3 copies of this movie. No, it's just funny because
It's wild. Like they are
Yeah.
like.
as though
wild
they're a
things.
wild thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
so
some wild things.
Yeah, so
Save it
all
next
these.
year when we do Boogie Nights, I guess.
So between
yeah,
all the
that
shots
too.
of animals and these various people doing criminal things, it's because they're all wild things.
Dun, dun, you make my heart.
Yeah, this song was stuck in my head the whole time I watched this movie because I don't know.
But they
why.
played
My
they
brain is
played they
broken.
played Louie Louie in the car when Bill Murray was this is good, some good late '90s music in this too. You get your semi-charmed life.
You make
Yeah,
You get your
oddly
you get-
placed.
You get
I'm
that
trying to kinda
yeah.
That was like in the car ride.
You get that one song that I remember, but it's like I'm not an addict. You know that song that's
Yeah.
playing in Neve Campbell's bedroom.
Jane's Addiction?
No, it's not Meredith Brooks either. She
Okay.
did bitch. She did bitch.
I'm a bitch. I'm a lover.
Oh, yeah, I used
I'm a
to-
child, I'm the governor.
My mom used to let me sing that
Kay's
song.
choice. Kay's choice. That's flashbacks from like mid '90s, '99X in Atlanta. What? Kay's yeah. K Big K. Yeah, you get your Big K.
Is that the Kroger brand?
There's something sinister at the big K. What?
Oh, that
I'm-
made me
I'm-
think about Kmart.
R.I.P.D.
Well done, Quinn.
So okay, so I think a little fuzzy. So
Yeah.
so how does it go from
It's not as clear as those nipples.
the,
Let's get out of here.
from Kevin Bacon being told to stop wasting everyone's time stalking these people to the beach murder?
Right.
What happens in between? I can't
That's
remember.
about where we are.
Well, yeah, that happens immediately after because Kelly calls Matt Dillon and she's like freaking out. And she's like, I'm freaking out, man.
Oh, they were both on the phone with him at one point
Yeah,
while he
well,
was
no,
filming.
but Susie couldn't hear the conversation.
Yeah.
Like she couldn't hear Matt's side, and he's like, "Well, just come over tonight. It's fine." So then both girls meet him at the beach, and that is where he orchestrates.
Murder.
A murder, which he's talked about with Kelly. It's like, well, you know what we have to do if she keeps
Yeah.
freaking out and being a liability. You know what
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do. So Kelly knows it's coming,
Yeah.
and she isolates them both on the beach.
Yeah.
And he's got a bottle in his hand, and all we see as the audience is that bottle just sort of getting cocked back and
It's like in the
Blood.
Wolf Man, where you just see the cane going up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
Well, and around here too, he almost
Blood.
seduces Perez.
Right, which leads me to believe that he had his time with her too, I guess, right?
You're talking
Because
about
he went
Sam, the bad guidance counselor.
Yes.
He nails her, right?
Yeah, well, like, or he has, because he's like leaning in, and she's been taken up for him like the whole time. Basically.
Yeah, she's like tempted by him.
And they almost kiss.
Yeah,
But
and then like something happens.
again, two things. First of all, this movie is trash, but it's entirely enjoyable to watch.
Agree.
In a better movie, that would be established beforehand.
The ultimate
there
Florida
would be a
movie.
scene where just for a second he's, I don't know, banging Denise Richards, and for half a second she turns into Perez because he does one stop. He's purely a missionary man, and you know, and boobs of a certain like. There's just for a second where you see all the women he's banged, like her mom as well, just to establish it. And you're looking at me like you couldn't do that. There's a montage in what's that movie about getting nailed at a wedding with
Wedding Crashers?
Wedding Crashers,
Yeah, where
with
they-
just a boob montage.
Yeah.
You could do it. No, I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to increase the film noir,
I've only ever seen that movie on TV, so that's surprising
It's
to
not.
me.
See, that Wedding Crashers is when I realized I stopped finding a lot of comedies from that time period funny.
Wedding Crashers.
2006, I think.
It is.
Right.
It was dark days for a while with the 2000s comedies.
I will agree with Matt and then lean on Keiko here, which is that the TV version is funnier because it cuts out about 40 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Like it's more than 2 hours. But the boob montage is what I'm thinking of here because like it would help this because you would see that he was a guy who just fucked everything. And that's the point I was trying to make here.
Yeah.
'cause
We want to see him fuck everything.
Yeah, so
There's more titties in this movie.
you seem to think that he had something with Perez before.
Possibly.
I don't think that's the case. I think Perez is caught up in the allure and the
He's
mystery.
just so
and
irresistible.
yeah,
I mean, he
he's
might have
hot
still
or
raped some
whatever.
people.
He
I mean, there's a
smells
lot
like
of
Florida
questions.
swamp trash,
Oh
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
smell like
so-
gator food.
Yeah, this movie and Traces of Red, they're both set in Florida.
Traces of red.
So there's something about Florida that makes it the right place for erotic thrillers.
I mean,
back
retroactively
up.
do a Florida month. You know, do a trash Florida movie month.
No,
Your
back
Alabama
up.
month.
Something about being in Florida makes people make bad decisions.
It's the heat. It goes to your brain.
And the Gators, as I've seen in Florida Man. If you have not known what we're talking about, Florida Man is the thing. Of course, watch the show Atlanta where they explain Florida Man. There's a whole episode called Florida Man. He's like, no, Florida Man is a white guy who wants to embarrass black people. Like,
Well, and there's an activity you can do. You can Google Florida Man and your date, like birthday, and see what Florida Man did for your birthday. And don't share it online because that would be trying to steal your information. But it is still fun to see what Florida Man got up to on your birthday.
Like, what crime did he commit on your
Yeah,
birthday?
yeah. It's like Florida Man on your birthday, and you get to see like just because what it is just a play on a news headline. Florida Man does whatever. Blah,
I
blah,
gotta
blah.
do that.
well,
I'll do
and
that.
so we're planning vacations and stuff. My dad is turning 75 this year, and we want to take him back to the national parks because he's European. But one of the things we're looking into is that the fact that almost anything you want to do, skiing, theme parks, are cheaper going abroad, right? Like it's almost cheaper to fly to
Yeah.
Paris and go to Disneyland Paris than
Yeah.
to Disney, whatever. I want to go to ski. Skiing in like Switzerland is almost cheaper at this point, and that's kind of the thing here. Is like, is Florida more dangerous than going anywhere else?
I
for
think
vacation?
I think it is Florida has very lenient open records laws. So if you need to fill space in your newspaper, just call a police department in Florida and you'll probably get something interesting. They had a whole podcast about this.
I almost made a joke. Thank you, man.
Oh.
So
But yeah, this
that could be
movie
the
is a
podcast
fountain of
joke.
Florida man and Florida woman stories if it ever made the newspaper.
So,
Yeah. So we got beach murder.
we got
um,
and
And then the investigator, Kevin Bacon, comes and investigates the beach, and he finds
two teeth.
some teeth.
Two teeth. And then he's like, "Oh my God, Perez, go try to fuck someone else. I'm gonna go check on Denise Richards' titties."
And then the main detective guy is like convinced that that Sam is like not halfway through this movie. The main detective dude, I was like, he's paid off by Sam or something because he's like not looking into it. Don't I have that right? Isn't that right?
He keeps
Like,
telling Ray
it's a waste
to-
of time.
to-
Leave him
to
alone.
not do this.
Yeah, I'm like, he's in league with that guy. But it turns out different.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't notice that. That was good for you. For
I will
noticing.
go
Well,
ahead
it
and
didn't come to,
at this
pass.
point, if you stop the movie, you have a very different opinion about how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because at this point, Kevin Bacon goes, "God damn it, Miss Van, you got to let me in. I got to protect your daughter." And he goes, and somehow.
Oh, because he said she's going to be next because he said Susie was murdered on the beach. They're going to come for her next. And
And
he,
here's the thing that you realize later: how does he know she's in the pool house?
Right.
We don't know. But he goes.
Dun,
and
dun,
knock-
dun, dun.
He knocks on the door, and it's very much a. But he opens the door without waiting to be open, and you hear screaming and glass breaking, and
shots.
2 shots, and then a gasp, and then 1 shot. And then we immediately cut to a scene from, like, a different movie, like very much.
Oh,
it's-
the like interrogation kind of like.
God, what's the fucking movie I'm thinking
Top
of?
Gun?
No, not Top Gun.
Because it looks like the Board of Inquiry after Goose dies.
No, I'm thinking of the one where Jack Nicholson is like.
Oh, A Few Good Men?
It looks
Yeah.
like a scene from A Few Good
Yeah.
Men. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Of. And he's like, "So you shot her? There's no evidence. My God, you're a fucking loser. You got shot in the arm.
Well, and he says this is the second time you have
Killed
killed
someone for no reason."
Yeah,
And-
and we still don't know about Davey.
Davey!
Yeah, that's just another hint.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
That
No,
makes sense
he's-
in a few
we
minutes.
haven't-
He's,
learned
so he
anything.
is straight up canned and loses his pension.
Yeah, he gets shit can. and cute, everybody's talking at me or something. Like he walks out. We literally watched. This is why Kevin Bacon's a good actor, by the way. We just watched time flash by his eyes, right? Like it's remarkable. It's a good acting scene. He's in a sling still from where she shot him in the goddamn arm. We're back in the interrogation room at one point where we see him describing what's going on, and then a hard cut. We cut to Matt Dillon at this point in the Bahamas, which we're told he was going to do. And I don't know if we've made this clear, but when the earlier scene happens in the courtroom, Denise Richards and Neve Campbell breaks and she says, all of this was fake. There was no rape. There was no rape. There was no rape.
And Kelly put me up to it.
Kelly put me up to it. And so in the end, Neve Campbell is the reason why Denise Richards' trust fund is broken to pay off the $8.5 million to pay off this teacher. Neve Campbell, when she's murdered, and we see her teeth and blood everywhere on this dock called Stoner's Beach, which, I mean, again, if you lived in the swamp, there's definitely a Stoner's Beach and there's a Coke Beach. The whole thing starts to slowly knit together. And you think that Denise Richards is supposed to be this kind of, I don't know, like ringleader. So when she's shot to death by Kevin Bacon, all of this stuff starts to fall apart. And then when, Matt Dillon is resting on the beach with his broad chest, I was like,
glistening.
He looks good. I'm not gonna say you're looking at me like I'm the one who doesn't. You're like, oh no, I like Neve Campbell.
I just like how descriptive you're being.
Yeah, no. The thing about him is that he has the broadest chest of anyone, right? And so Denise Richards with her biggie, like her medium titties, is fine, but it's swallowed up. Even Kevin Bacon, who looks great with his like huge cock out, like his juicy cock out. Matt Dillon.
He's got his thick cut. He's got his
We
thick
don't know
cut
that
hanging
yet.
out.
That's a spoiler.
No,
Well, we're about to get to it.
Matt Dillon goes like, I'm going to shower the sand off my balls. And he's like, someone's already showering the sand off their balls. They're like, and you're like, who's it going to be? And the second Kevin Bacon shows up, I'm like, oh my God, this movie's about, this has become a choose your own adventure.
Yeah, so it's funny you say that because I thought it would be so cool if there was a DVD that had like a choose your own adventure element, like where you get to choose, like you choose the killer and then you get to see the story played out as like who really is, the ultimate killer. But also about Kevin Bacon's penis. I learned that there was a scene that was cut from the movie.
Unlike his foreskin.
Which I didn't watch it on as big of a screen as you did. So
I mean, I bought it in Ultra HD, but I didn't have the.
I watched it on my phone.
What happened in this scene?
Well, you guys are gonna. So there was another twist. There was a kiss scene between Kevin Bacon and Matt Dillon.
I thought that was actually going to happen.
I thought it was going to happen.
I thought it was going to happen.
And it was
Dude,
cut.
I almost said the most inappropriate line to Keiko.
Ooh, what?
How polished was the bean at that point?
I was just reading an article, so.
I was watching the movie for the articles and not the movie.
So there was supposed to be a kiss.
I believe
There
it.
was a kiss. It was cut, and my guess is because it was
He
the
was
90s.
coming out of his cage and he was doing just fine.
And they weren't
shower.
ready in the 90s for that kind of.
Or an interracial kiss. There's nary on my
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
I get you.
And I thought that was really interesting because they wanted to even make it even more twisted.
Well, there's a deleted scene that gets into some of the stuff about Susie that makes it even more twisted.
No, I will say though, when he comes out of the shower and we see his juicy cock, it is a pretty gay scene. Like if they had kissed, it almost would have been less gay than the rest of the scene.
I saw a Reddit thread where they were sort of speculating that they decided to land on Kevin Bacon making the offering the the bacon.
It was a full offer.
And that Matt Dillon declined / ignored the bacon, and so they just didn't go in that direction, with the final cut. But
now, if I may,
you may not. Just kidding.
Depending on what it is.
Where are you going?
No, I was just gonna say, which is the hotter scene between the ladies or him coming out of the shower?
Or if they had kept like a kiss in.
No, I was just
For me? Or for each of us?
No, around the table.
Yeah, anyone.
Because I will say the sex scene is very weird because it's hyper aggressive. The
pool one?
No. The one where he's having
The hotel
Remote,
one.
yeah.
Because it's like
he's
grabbing people by the neck. It's not romantic. It's a power play. But Kevin Bacon in the shower it's much more romantic, right? I'm not crazy. Right? I'm not crazy.
No. I seriously thought that they were going to, but 1998.
It was a
it's not
healthier
happening.
relationship.
It's not. Right. Yeah, it was a great relationship. It ended really well for Ray.
Kevin and Brent, no.
But no, I'm
Speaking
serious.
of
I thought they were going
endings.
to make out.
Speaking of endings, we're in the end game now.
That's afraid of gay stuff,
We're
it's
supposed to
fine.
find out which scene you think is hotter.
I think Denise Richards' nipples look great.
The three-way in the hotel room or Kevin Bacon?
I'd say the hotel room, just because the pool scene, they're trying to kill each other half the time, and I'm not
murder
into.
sex is weird.
And to quote Tone Lock, ain't got no plans with a man.
I agree. I'm same with Matt, but I do have plans with a man. But just
I would hope you married the one.
Yeah, I know, but
No, I will also just throw out there the sex scene in the
that's what Kevin Bacon
the
said.
hotel room. Thank you. I mean, it's almost a well-filmed sex scene, but there's a lot of
There's weirdness. There is weirdness.
And it's also just, again, at the time, based on the credits alone, Neve Campbell is higher ranked on the credits than Denise Richards.
And she's a hardcore third wheel in that.
so she doesn't have to be nude too. Like I don't know what the politics are, because I know later on Denise Richards posed nude, I think, for Playboy among other things, but like it's just very clear, like, as always, there's an intimacy coordinator. Or
Do you
not
think
in
there
the
was?
90s, no.
I don't think there was.
It's my understanding he basically came up with intimacy coordinator because how slipshod and nasty stuff was on Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
No, I mean, I think it existed before then. I'm not gonna. I mean, because with Boogie Nights, for example, like there's a lot there. But regardless, I will say in this, I think at least agents were involved on who shows what. To
Oh, yeah,
whom.
yeah.
And so very clearly, Neve Campbell was not.
So she had done The Craft, right?
Yeah, same
Denise
here.
Richards had done Starship Troopers and
Which
maybe
is
the
also
Bond
there.
and maybe the Bond movie. No,
No, the Bond movie is
that was
next
after.
year.
Really? 99? Oh, okay. Yeah, I
she
guess that makes
plays
sense.
Christmas Jones.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. I guess that's right. She hadn't done Bond yet.
But to your point, she is the one on the rise, and
Neve Campbell's been around longer.
well, and I think she's on TV at the same time.
Jeez, what was she on?
Whatever.
Good question. No, anyway, yeah, she was bigger. I guess she was bigger. Yeah.
But at the same time, Denise Richards, great breasts.
Okay, so
Yeah,
anyway,
all that said,
dark nipples.
The darkest.
that
Bold.
sounds like an
Bold.
awesome
Bold
superhero.
nipples.
I'd like to.
Wait,
I'd
let's
like to
back
watch
up.
a.
Wait, no, everyone shut up. Do that again, but this time we're advertising for cologne. Dark,
Bold
strong,
nipples.
nips. Calvin Klein.
Oh, I was gonna say Chanel. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, Coco Chanel.
Anyway,
Number 5.5.
Okay, so Kevin has
So
presented
wait.
the bacon.
Wait, whoa! Foos! If you have not watched this movie, stop here.
Oh, you should have not done anything.
What?
You should.
Because the rest of this is going to be
The fact they were conspiring with their teacher to scam the mom is already a big enough
We
plot
need to
twist.
have
They should
Nor.
watch the movie first.
Nor, we need you to do.
Drop your monocle.
We need you to do an intro that says to not watch.
Hey, white people.
Wait, no,
There's not
to
a black
watch the
person in
movie
sight.
before listening to this podcast. Okay, can you do that? Just like a like a little cool little intro thing.
Yeah, put like a lock on the episode so they can't access it unless they can prove they watched it.
They have to put who the killer is in.
They have to upload a screenshot of Denise Richards' nipples at least, and Kevin Bacon's hog.
They have
They've
to-
got to upload screenshots.
Whoa,
They have
back
to
up.
correctly identify pictures of nipples versus pictures of planets.
So
like
to,
what
quote,
capture things.
to quote Roxy
Choose
Hart
all
from
the
Chicago,
boxes that aren't nipples.
Yeah, no, that are.
I was gonna say stop signs. Choose all pictures that have
No,
nipples.
it's nipples.
which of the following is a clitoris? No. To quote Roxy Hart, can you identify my boobs? Like, which of the following is Denise Richards' tits from this movie?
I can pick them up.
Anyway,
My wife is very clear. After a certain size, they get to be called boobs. Beforehand, they're just tits. So
Oh.
you know, there is a border, a boundary.
yeah, that
So
makes
tits
sense.
before boobs? Not
I feel
Tits
it's the
are smaller than
opposite.
boobs.
I
really?
feel
I would
like-
have thought the
I
opposite.
feel it's the opposite.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
But tit is such a small word.
it's like teat. It's like teat. It's like
That-
but-
that's why it's
like-
abbreviated.
Yeah, yeah.
it's like heft to a teat.
Boob.
You're
Boob.
talking about like bovine with like a teat. We got like 3 more twists.
The last 30 minutes of this is absolutely insane. So, Alex or Keiko, one of you is going to explain the end of this.
Well, you can start because
I'm gonna
I've
go
got
to
gummy bears.
I'm gonna go to the notes. I just finished my gummy bears, so I think I'm ready to roll here.
How did we end up with 4 pineapples at the very end?
Do you want another?
No.
Look, I don't discriminate. I just gobble them
I
bears.
only like
I don't even
pineapple.
care. I just be gobbling them things. Okay, so let me get to the point. So what was the last thing that we really did reveal?
We
oh,
described
we haven't
Denise Richards'
revealed-
boobs for 20 minutes.
We haven't revealed the relationship between Kevin Bacon and Matt Dillon.
okay, yeah. So he gets out of the shower. They're in on it.
His penis is out.
His penis is out. They're in on the
Thick,
scheme.
juicy cock.
So they started talking, and Sam is legitimately like he's not. I mean, he's like a psychopath. So, but he's not like happy that Kelly died. He's like you weren't supposed to kill.
Something's happening.
Kelly. You weren't supposed to kill Kelly, and so. But I mean, I think that Bacon's character Ray is just like we're like that's basically it. Like we got it made, right? I mean. God, I'm trying to remember. I mean, how does
they go out on the boat.
They go out on the boat, and at that point, you start feeling dread
It's very tense.
for one or the other. I don't actually know which one is gonna whack the other at that point.
So I don't know what you all think, but I trust people so far. I like people. I'm a people
Not anymore.
pleaser.
Not after this
But
movie.
there's 2 things I won't do. If there's someone I've never met before who's like, I'm your buddy. I met you in a bar. I bought you a drink. Let's go in a helicopter plane. That's number 1. And then number 2 is, you don't know anyone else? Let's go on my boat. Because you know what the thing is about boats? Boats are in the water and you get eaten by barracuda. And like you just disappear and don't exist anymore. That's the moral of this story.
Well, Alex, do you remember when we saw that barracuda? When it swam by me?
Is that when you called the prostitute or
In the
That was a different time. It's very tense. Like we're thinking somebody's gonna die, and then
Constantly.
One or the
Matt
other.
Dillon tells Kevin Bacon to go over there and fiddle with that. Like
he says to get on that winch.
Yeah.
Is literally the phrase
Get
he
on that
says.
winch.
Get on that winch. Kevin Bacon doesn't know what the hell he's talking. He's talking about starboard. He's talking about
and
winches.
he's like, I don't know any of the words you just said, and
Yeah.
I like same Kevin Bacon. I feel the same because I don't know any of those words either. And so he gets him over there. He starts messing with it. He's like, it's stuck. Oh, well, you gotta follow it. So he goes over to the side and he leans over and he's like, you gotta lean over more. You gotta lean over more. And Kevin Bacon thinks he's just messing with him. And at this point, you sort of relax a little bit because you're like, oh yeah, he's just messing with him. Like he's just joking.
I didn't think that.
He's
No,
just
I was
silly.
onto him.
He's just a silly
I
guy.
was on to Sam.
And then he like like yoinks the boat and
Nautical term. He yoinks the
he
wheel.
yoinked it to the
He yoinks it port side. He yoinks it aft or port.
and to and fro.
Right.
And
A vast.
Starboard and aft.
yeah, and Kevin Bacon flips over the side in the water, and Matt Dillon thinks he's done with him, and he's like gloating, and then Kevin Bacon is back, and he's climbing up on the boat, and they get in a fight, and Kevin Bacon gets a hammer, and he hammers Matt Dillon in the back,
Sure
and he
does.
screams in pain.
It looks like that would really hurt.
And then Kevin Bacon gets shot in the leg with a harpoon. And you're like, I don't remember Matt Dillon having a harpoon because he didn't. It's Susie because she's not dead. She's got a wig and she's on the boat and she shoots Kevin Bacon.
This took me longer to figure out than I expected. Because
Oh, you didn't recognize her with the blonde hair?
No, dude. Okay.
Is that the first wig of the movie?
No, there's wigs throughout because this
Oh,
movie
okay.
is cheap as shit.
All right.
But the whole thing, if you have not figured out, Susie, who quote unquote dies and has teeth in this ship and is buried in a swamp, shows up at this scene out of nowhere.
And there is a body. There is a body that they put in a car, which that's never explained.
Nope.
It wasn't Davy, I guess.
Like, who is that?
And by the way, everything that Alex is saying here, we figure out from Perez, who goes back to this like terrible trailer park and is asking questions, and she's suspecting, but in the shittiest way possible. Like every time she asks a question, we get a 45-second cutscene that makes no sense because we've been watching the movie.
And that's how we find out that Kevin Bacon somehow killed a friend of hers.
Right, a Seminole boy named
a Native
Davy.
American boy named Davy.
So Ray,
Why?
let me get this straight. Jesus, there's a lot going on here.
Super
So
important.
Ray was going out. Or no, Sam was, oh, Jesus, there's a lot of pressure.
Oh my God! Don't fuck it up, Alex.
So basically, Ray pissed off.
What happened?
He got pissed off because Susie. Oh no, I am losing.
It doesn't matter.
No, Sam
So
did something with like one of the a lady of the night who and he was like roughing her up.
Oh,
It was
and Davey
Ray.
stood up for her.
And Davey stood up for her.
And so he killed him.
And then yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then Ray busted Susie just because he could, because Davey was her friend.
Do you need help?
No, we got it.
I think that's it. I mean, I needed and the
By
sister
way,
too.
The only thing I will help here is that so much of the time we've been using their actress and actor's name. So when he says Susie,
Yeah.
he means Neve
I mean,
Campbell.
Campbell. I try to use the
No,
the
you did it
character
right.
name.
I don't
It doesn't
know
matter.
if we've ever called her Susie before.
It doesn't matter. Use it
I
interchangeably.
had
Who
been.
cares?
But yeah,
Yeah.
so essentially Kevin Bacon, essentially
He's a dirty cop.
He's a dirty cop.
Dirty cop.
And Neve Campbell is the only one who witnessed the crime.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
And then she shoots him with the harpoon, and she's like, and that's for Davey. And he falls off the side of the boat and he dies.
Well, and here's the thing. We cut to credits at this point, and then the movie
Continues
unfolds,
big time.
which I will say is a sin that I hate. And this is a Roger Ebert thing, but
Well, but we're not done yet.
no, but that's what I said. Ebert says once the credits start, the movie should be over. But the whole movie only makes sense if you watch the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then
Yes.
she and Matt Dillon are celebrating and they're making drinks. And she serves him a drink and he sniffs it. And she's like, what do you think I'm going to, whatever. Like, we're clear. We're free. And he's like, yeah, okay. And then he drinks the drink. And then he starts to die.
And he's like, and she's like, you only like girls with big nipples. And then
You and your bold nipple loving self.
and by the way,
They get into some Greek stuff right about now.
Yeah, she quizzes him. She's like gonna give him the quiz on who poisoned somebody or how somebody killed somebody, and it's with poison. And he like plays ball, and I was like, that's really impressive because he's dying.
A teacher to the end, an educator
to the
right
very
to the
end.
Yeah.
but also I will just say the idea of all of this is so funny to me because he's like, you're dying. Pop quiz.
Yeah. And he like just answered. And so she says, I don't even know how to drive a boat. I need to learn how to drive a boat before I can off you out here.
And then Perez is at the home. She's like, well, my daughter could figure anything out with $8.5 million.
He's like a genius. Yeah, she's got like a
200 IQ.
Yeah.
Because just like in the other movie we talked about, she's smarter than Einstein.
She's
Good night,
taken
everyone.
lots of cognitive tests and aced them all.
Yeah, man, person, camera.
Did you know
TV.
she solved Operation Midnight Rescue in 20 minutes? She could figure out, and she lived on the Oregon Trail for 25. She found all 151 Pokemon.
And a night of talking about inexplicably, almost supernaturally smart people.
Oh, and then
On this
so
movie and
it's
the other
revealed
one.
that she owns a boat.
Yeah.
The blonde, terrible, like bowl cut. I was like, who the fuck is it? I didn't
That's like
even
her brother,
recognize
I
it.
guess.
Are we talking about the Gator wrestler?
Yeah, I think it's her brother.
Yes.
Yeah, they're related somehow, right?
I think,
Like
I think
uncle
the,
or something.
I think the lady is the mom.
Grandmother? I thought grandmother, right? No?
I
don't know.
I thought it was the mom.
It
She
could-
just
I
looks
guess it
rough.
could-
She just looks rough because she's had a hard life.
Yeah, she's got smoking in the glades.
And
My daughter could win the lottery if she tricked a homeless person. What does any of this mean? Like, oh yeah, that cop, he's dirty. He fucked a bunch of people.
yeah,
Good night, everyone.
and he murdered somebody. And so then
Davy's dead. What?
we learned who Davy is. So then we cut back to the boat and we see that she has masterfully like released a sail to like whip him off of the boat. And so she's, the ultimate mastermind of all of it.
And
And then we see Bill Murray
Who hasn't been in the movie for more than an hour?
on the beach.
Like, So it's funny because it reminds me of that scene where Dennis Nedry gets the shaving cream before he steals the embryos.
Well, and so
Dodson, we've got Dodson here. Like Bill Murray shows up in a Panama hat with a briefcase filled with cash, and she's dressed up like it's the end of Casablanca. Like it's remarkable.
So were they in cahoots, or did he just get on to what she was
At
doing?
some point,
At
right?
this point, we've been twisted so much, I have no idea.
Yeah, no, and guys, we are talking the last not even 5 minutes.
45 seconds of the
movie.
credits. I mean, almost like you're at the very
Where-
end of the credits.
Yeah, all of this happens
Yeah.
in fast succession. It is very hard to sort out what is happening here.
I had to look it up. I mean, yeah.
No, I got it, but at the same time, I'm like, we need the JFK-esque like back and to the left. We need Perez to get it and be explaining at the end almost, right? Like,
Well, we don't get that.
no, we get nothing. We just get like, well, Denise Richards died.
Then she died. Oh, and that was the other thing where Kevin Bacon apparently wasn't supposed to kill her, and he said he did it by accident.
with
But
his
then
thick, juicy cock.
it reveals to us that he actually did it totally
Right.
intentionally. Like he so
And,
all,
framed her and framed her for shooting him.
yeah,
and
all
her, and then the other girl.
yeah,
Right,
and
like-
Susie. And then who knows who that dead body is? We don't know. It's not Davy. But
We do also
Good
see
question.
the scene where Susie is pulling out her teeth.
Yeah. Oh boy, I didn't like that one. And yeah, Sam is pulling her teeth out and just tossing them on the beach.
Yeah.
Oof.
So that they can be found in Stoner Beach, like embedded in this. Like,
oh, how did I miss that?
That was one of the credit
because it's
scenes.
gross.
And she's just like taking swigs of alcohol and like pull my teeth out. And then I think she
Yeah,
grabbed it from him. She's like, give me that thing.
We see Matt Dillon with his painted-on polo shirt, and he's trying to pull out a tooth, and she's like, "You're gonna crush the evidence." And so she takes a good swig of that cheap champagne, and then puts the articulated wrench into her mouth and starts pulling. And we of course get the 2 teeth later. And when she meets Bill Murray later, she has all of her teeth replaced, and they have veneers and they're bright and shiny. Like, and again, that's why I said the end of Casablanca. Like, she looks very much like, I don't know, like an old Hollywood like bombshell type. where
Yeah,
veneers
the
wrap.
Ingrid Bergman type. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so Susie, who you felt sorry for at many different junctures of the movie for being dumped on and called white trash
She's the
and from the wrong
mastermind.
side of the track. Well, she's got a 200 IQ just because she just does and she manipulates everyone. And Davey was the impetus for the whole thing. Sorry, Davey, but
And,
He was
your
avenged.
friend, your
and if
friend
you want,
is rich now.
and if you want to crank things up, I think don't they talk about how like with Van Riper, one of the men in the family had knocked up some swamp girl. I think the director's cut has emphasized that she's either Kelly's half sister or aunt,
I mean, like, and that's the very swamp
Who
trashy
is?
part of it.
Susie.
They're half sister. Oh, because of the dad.
Yeah, so they're related to each other in some
Oh,
capacity.
Well, we already had the lesbian.
We can't handle any more twists, Matt.
So Sandra,
I think that was too much
get
for
around
the
and-
audience because I don't think it was actually in the cut of the movie we saw.
Yeah, I didn't remember that, but I mean, it could have very well happened.
Also, weren't audiences just gone by this point? I mean, like in '98, are you just staying around to see like?
I didn't know about post-credit
like, I mean,
scenes.
That's
yeah,
why the post credits started immediately.
My kids, they're like all about a post-credit scene. Like, oh,
Of
post-credit
course.
scene. Like,
Oh
they
my God,
know.
Thanos?
Yeah,
Dude,
because they were
okay.
like raised on Marvel movies.
Like if like Dazzler showed up at the end of this, like we're there.
It used to be so rare.
It did.
Not anymore.
Final thoughts, Alex?
I mean, this was kind of the like fulfillment of, like I mentioned,
All of your childhood dreams.
'98. I was solidly in middle school, and I remember people talking about this, or I mean, I guess in subsequent years, in like later years. But I never really had a curiosity to watch it. I kind of thought it was just kind of a trashy sort of skin flick type movie. Actually, it really wasn't as much of that as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I mean, the twists and turns sort of accelerating towards the end, just like exponentially toward the end of the movie was a little much. I don't know. I think you want to sort of leave some of that for the meat of the movie, I guess. But I mean, leaving it to the very, very end, I don't know. It was fun. It was fun.
No, I'll go next just because I have nothing coherent to say, and then we'll go from here. But I enjoyed this movie because of exactly what Alex was frustrated by. No, like truly, because like the first 45 minutes, an hour, is not a great film, but it's almost a movie. And then the last 30 to 45 minutes is so unhinged. I'm like, but what's next? Like the second people started showing up alive, I was like, there's not a movie here.
Nick's like, but what about the post-credit scene?
But like, what's next? Like truly. And when Susie showed up with like a different haircut, I was like, is that the mom in disguise? Like, I didn't even get it. And then all of a sudden, she was like, I have a harpoon gun. I'm like, go on. Like, this movie is so outrageous. Like, I enjoyed it from beginning to end, but I had no idea what it was going to be. Because again, like you said, I was expecting it to be, what was that, M. Nicole Smith movie, like Skyline or something like that. Like,
Wasn't Poison Ivy another movie around this time? That was like a little more like a little more
I just
trashy.
expected it to be a stupid erotic thriller, which this is an erotic thriller, of course. I mean, you see nipples for days, but this movie is so much stupider than that.
Yeah.
Like, so I thought I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I almost want to like show it to people. It's so stupid. Matt?
I knew at the very least the first half of the plot before I saw it. And then if you guys remember the text message I posted a timestamp, like, what? So, I mean, it's actually pretty clever movie. I mean, the twists get really kind of convoluted as you go along, and the whole plan has many failure points, but again, it was smarter than I expected it to be.
Keiko?
This is a wild movie. One might say it's a wild thing. Thanks, Matt. I really enjoyed this. I was not expecting like what it was. I was just like Nick. I think I agree with everything you said. I expected a skin flick with some mild, like, thriller, a mystery. I don't know, and it was insane.
Yeah.
And I love it for that. I want to watch more erotic thrillers. Traces of Red and Wild Things has made me interested in erotic thrillers, and that's really weird. But yeah, definitely watch this
Yeah, no, like
in 4K.
100%. Yeah, no, I get it. We get it. So as we are talking, of course, we're almost done with our erotic thrillers month. And so the last one left is The Craft,
Ooh,
which people have been poking us to do for a while. Because again,
Brittany.
what?
Brittany.
Yeah. Well, Brittany wants us to do one with vagina dentia
Oh yeah, yeah.
called Teeth.
Yeah.
Which again, I get it because vaginas are terrifying. I have 2 kids. Vaginas are terrifying.
Mysterious.
Have you ever looked at one? No. But we're almost to the end of this month, and then of course we start next month with the worst of the previous year because the Academy Awards in March are great, but the movies we're going to choose are awful. And because we're here, why not? And if you've listened this far, good on you. I'll tell you the 4 movies we're going to do. We're going to do Snow White 2025. We're going to do War of the Worlds 2025. We're going to do The Electric State, and we're going to end with Jurassic World Rebirth. And as we are recording now, we've done 2 of those. The other 2. I can't wait.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening. Thanks for following us. And if you're in the Metro Atlanta area, please follow Cineprov, where Keiko is a newbie and she has 2 movies
Just a
this
baby.
month. And I'm still old and unfunny as always, and I have 1 this month with her. And I will say on the podcast for Noor, who's editing, so he'll keep it in. I have never been prouder of doing what I do than getting the pure pleasure from showing off people that I have molded on this podcast to do comedy in front of others. And convincing Noor to do this and Keiko to do this is some of the proudest things I've done in my comedy life, because I know that they are good at what they do, and I can't wait to show the rest of you how funny they are. So thank you for everything you do to keep us on the charts, listening, reviewing, and liking us, sharing us. And if you are listening to this now just because you looked up people who like wild things, congratulations for masturbating. But
Sorry,
also,
this isn't an image.
Share us, because we do other things that don't need you to masturbate to. But also, we love listeners, and thanks.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
thanks for masturbating.
Myopia Movies is executive produced by Nick Hoffman and produced by Alex Ewalt, Keiko Childs, Matt Quinn, Nick Hoffman, and Noor Trinette. It is edited and engineered by Noor Trinette. The theme song is Surf Shimmy by Kevin MacLeod from Incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. All rights reserved. Thanks for listening.